what's up? I'm Emily Paris and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, you can subscribe and not miss a single video down below by clicking that little red button. I want to quickly apologize for not uploading for like 10 or 12 days. I have literally been so freaking sick. I don't know if it was strep throat, bronchitis, laryngitis, I don't know what it was, but I literally have basically been bedridden. I hope that everyone had a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate Thanksgiving. If not, have a happy rest of your holiday season. And yeah, let's get into the topic of today's video, which is how I stay positive and my tips for other people being positive as well. This is something that I get commented on all the time on my videos, and yeah, I think that people want to know how I stay positive and how I'm able to be so open about what was such a traumatic and I mean, to be honest, really depressing situation. A lot of people that have illnesses at all or have health issues also have mental health issues. It's really exhausting to go through. So I will be making a video talking about my mental health journey, I guess you would say, and different diagnoses that I've gotten. So if you have any questions that you want me to answer in that video pertaining specifically to mental health, like anxiety, depression, PTSD, that type of stuff, leave your questions down below. As always, you can leave a comment. I literally answer every single comment. So yeah. Okay, so for those of you who are new here and aren't familiar with my channel, basically I have had one hell of a year going through a lot of health issues. And for me, to be honest, people always ask me, how do you stay so positive? Or how are you so positive through this experience? I have always just been a really naturally bubbly and outgoing person. That's really not hard for me to do in any situation. And I think what's really important to remember is you have survived when you're going through a really hard time. You have survived 100% of your hardest days. So I'm going to use some examples. When I was a freshman in high school and my parents told me that we were moving to Ohio, I thought my world was ending and I thought I was going to die. Well, guess what? I didn't. When I was the new girl at school and had no friends and no one to sit with at lunch, I thought it was the end of the world. I thought I was going to die, yet here I am. When I ended my 5.5-year relationship and then things got really crazy in January, I thought I was once again going to die. And that was probably one of my darkest moments, prior to getting sick. So, and yet here I am. So I think the thing to remember is you have survived 100% of your hardest days and you're gonna get through it. Even if it takes a really long time, you're gonna get there. I've definitely had moments, and I'll talk more about this in my mental health video, where, especially going through this process, I didn't want to live. I didn't think my life was worth living. I didn't want to deal with the pain of the situation emotionally or physically. And there were times when I didn't want to deal with it anymore. And I was just like, can I go to sleep for like a year? Just knock me unconscious. That's all I really need. And so, but letting yourself dwell in that place can get really dark really quickly. And so, especially, you know, not letting yourself, it's okay to get worked up and it's okay to feel upset and feel really discouraged, but you can't let yourself live there. You know, when Tyler and I really ended things back in January, I would just sit and cry for hours, and eventually my mom was like, Emily, you have to get up. You have to get out of the house. Like, you cannot sit here and just dwell in your sorrows because then it just makes it worse. So one of my favorite things to do is actually get on Pinterest. I have a Pinterest board of like inspirational quotes, or if you are a Christian or of really any faith, looking up quotes in that faith or whatever, that has really helped me. Going back to those Pinterest boards and reading those inspirational quotes really helps get me through some of my toughest times, really. The other thing that I will say is of living a more positive life is noticing when things are getting bad. So for me, I know that things are getting bad and that I need to ask for help mentally when I have trouble leaving the house, when I'm not wanting to get out of bed, when I'm saying no to hanging out with friends, when I'm starting to give up shifts at work. That's what I can tell that I'm just not living a positive life. So one of the things that I love doing is just taking care of yourself, taking really long hot showers, doing things that make you happy, looking at yourself in the mirror every day, telling yourself you're beautiful, even if you're totally lying and you think you're disgusting. Kind of putting on that front really helps. I think the other thing is surrounding yourself with people who are positive. Nobody wants to be around people who are negative and constantly complaining, because I realize that when I'm around complainers, I also complain. And so, you know, taking those steps to, I guess, remove people from your life that aren't healthy, which is hard. Nobody wants to take friends out of their life, and it has been hard for me to remove friends or boyfriends who just aren't positive people in my life. You know, it's hard, but at the end of the day, you have to do what is going to make you happy. You can't sit there and suffer because you don't want to do what's hard by removing someone from your life. The next thing I guess I want to talk about, and it's hard because a lot of these things I'm probably going to talk again about in my mental health video, but really, if you're struggling to stay positive in a situation, talk about it. You know, let yourself have those feelings. Like I said, I am not somebody who can bottle up emotions. If I try to bottle up emotions, it ends up getting a lot worse, and I end up not okay if I try to hold in my emotions or try to be strong. I don't think that being strong in a situation, whether it's a breakup, a health crisis, you know, someone in your family has passed away, you're struggling in school, you're dealing with mental health issues, crying is not a sign of weakness. I think that crying is a sign of strength and that you're comfortable with vulnerability. I am never someone who like shies away from crying in any situation. I don't have a problem crying in front of people. Obviously, I've done it on my channel multiple times, but I just think that letting yourself feel emotions is good for you. Another way that I choose to stay positive, especially putting myself out here on YouTube, is doing something that is fulfilling to you, whether that's, you know, pursuing a passion project. One of my New Year's resolutions this year, which I haven't gotten to, was learning how to crochet. So if you have a goal in mind, pursue that. If you enjoy reading, start reading again. For me, it's really helping others. I find and have a true fire-burning passion and love for helping others. That's why I answer thousands of comments a day. That's why I spend hours on my computer responding to emails, responding to messages, which I try to get to as many as possible, but to be honest, I get so many, I get overwhelmed sometimes. And so yeah, finding something that you're passionate about or that brings you pleasure or brings positivity into your life, I think is really important too. You know, of course, you want to have a job that you enjoy, but I think if you're at a job that you hate, if you can leave that job, leave that job. And if not, find things in that job that you enjoy. And if not, find things in the other aspects of your life that you enjoy and can kind of carry the burden off of your work life that you aren't enjoying. Lastly, I think something that is really important in living a positive life is just not letting things bother you. And part of that comes with age. There is no way that my 19, 18, 20-year-old self could not care what people thought about me. I cared entirely way too much what people thought about me, and I think that's why I'm honestly happier now, is because I've stopped caring what people think about me when their opinions don't matter. You know, if I'm acting a certain way and I'm hurting one of my friends, of course I care what they think about me. I care that they thought I was mean or insensitive, but I don't care if they don't like my new haircut or don't like my outfit. You know, those opinions are irrelevant. And if it makes you happy, if it brings you joy, then I say do it. I say do anything you want that is gonna make you live a positive life. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you're the one who has to go to bed with you. Unless you have a significant other, then you go to bed with them too. But you get what I'm saying. You're the person that's in your head thinking these thoughts 24/7. And if you're constantly worried what people are thinking about you or worried about what others are saying about you, you're gonna worry 24/7, which I totally get, because honestly, I am the queen of overthinking, the queen of worrying. I just can't help it. It's part of my personality. But to a certain point, I've kind of stopped worrying about it. I promise nobody is thinking about you that much. No one is thinking about me that much. And so I kind of just have chalked it up to other people's ignorance, especially on these videos when people comment really mean or insensitive comments. I'm kind of like, well, you know, they're struggling, they're ignorant, it's fine. They just don't know my situation, and not everybody has to, but I'm comfortable and I enjoy putting out these videos type thing. So I hope that this answered some questions. I don't sit down and plan. I don't plan for these videos. I kind of have an idea in mind and I kind of think about what I kind of want to say, but I also just kind of sit down and chat with you guys, which I think is a little bit more genuine and a little bit more real. It's just kind of an honest chat. Maybe for this video I could have planned a little bit more to figure out what I wanted to say, but honestly, when I do that, my personality doesn't shine through as much, and that's kind of what's keeping you guys subscribed, right? So with that being said, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that this maybe brought you some insight into how I stay positive, and that kind of stuff. So if you guys have any questions for me that you'd like me to answer in any Q&As or in my upcoming mental health Q&A, where I'm going to be talking about my struggle with anxiety, depression, and PTSD, then you can leave those questions right down below. Like I said, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, I'd love to have you. Our little family here is growing very quickly, and I'd like to get to 20,000 subscribers by Christmas so I can do a giveaway. That would be so fun and so exciting. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!